Imagine if the Vikings, with their legendary seafaring skills and fearless exploration, had established a permanent foothold in North America 1,000 years ago. We'll be diving into this intriguing scenario. What if the Vikings stayed in America? By the time Leif Erikson led his crew to the shores of Vinland around the year 1000 AD, the Norse had already left their mark across Europe and the Atlantic. But their time in North America was brief, ending before their presence could shape the course of history on this continent. What might the world look like if they had stayed, grown, and influenced North America's development? Let's explore the cultural exchanges, possible conflicts, and lasting impacts that could have followed a Viking presence in the New World, starting with the historical background of their journey. Around the year 1000 AD, Norse explorers, led by Leif Erikson, ventured to the mysterious lands they called Vinland, likely in what we now know as Newfoundland, Canada. These early Viking voyages were remarkable feats, given the limited navigational tools of the time. The Norse had been expanding their territory from Scandinavia, establishing settlements as far as Greenland. Their journey to North America represents one of the first known contacts between Europe and the Americas. Despite the potential for settlement, the Vikings left North America within a few years. Scholars believe several factors may have contributed to this decision, including challenging conflicts with indigenous populations, limited resources, and the logistical difficulty of maintaining a colony so far from established Norse territories. This historical departure sets the stage for imagining what might have happened if they had stayed. With permanent settlements, the Vikings would likely expand along North America's northeastern coast and possibly into central regions, forming a network of resilient colonies. Access to resources like timber, furs, and fertile land would support self-sufficient communities, reducing dependence on supplies from Greenland and Iceland. These Norse settlers would likely forge alliances with local indigenous groups, leading to exchanges in goods and knowledge that could help both societies thrive. Over time, intermarriage and cultural blending would result in hybrid communities with a mix of Norse and indigenous traditions, creating unique languages, crafts, and social customs. This distinct North American Norse culture could influence future European explorers, who might encounter a network of established societies instead of unclaimed territory, reshaping new world exploration and colonization. Over time, these Norse settlements could develop a thriving network along the coast and further inland, establishing strong ties with local indigenous communities. Access to abundant resources, such as timber and fertile land, would support the growth of these colonies, making them less reliant on the distant Norse territories of Greenland and Iceland. As the Vikings and indigenous peoples engaged in trade and cultural exchange, a unique society might emerge, blending Norse craftsmanship and maritime skills with indigenous knowledge of North American landscapes and ecosystems. Intermarriage and shared traditions could lead to hybrid communities with distinct languages, customs, and crafts. This culturally mixed society would create a new model of cooperation, likely influencing future European explorers who would encounter a well-established, unique civilization on arrival. If the Vikings had remained in North America, their presence would have significantly impacted the balance of power between indigenous tribes and European colonizers. As Viking settlements expanded, they might have formed strong alliances with local tribes, offering mutual benefits through trade, military support, and shared knowledge. This would have posed a challenge to later European explorers and settlers, such as the Spanish, English, and French, who would likely face resistance from both the Vikings and indigenous groups. The Vikings' advanced weapons, shipbuilding techniques, and maritime skills would make them formidable adversaries, potentially delaying or even altering European colonization. A Viking presence in North America could have shifted the trajectory of European expansion, making the continent's colonization more complex and contentious. The Vikings' continued presence in North America would have had a lasting impact on the continent's development. Their expertise in shipbuilding, trade, and settlement construction could have accelerated the growth of established colonies, introducing European-style infrastructure and innovations. By collaborating with indigenous peoples, the Vikings might have shared agricultural techniques, new tools, and advanced navigation methods, contributing to the growth of more advanced and self-sustaining societies. These interactions would have led to a blending of cultures, resulting in a more diverse society with unique traditions, languages, and social structures. The Vikings' presence might have also influenced the development of urban centers, establishing early towns and trade routes that shaped the continent's future urbanization. North America's development could have been far more European-influenced, with indigenous cultures playing a more integrated role. Had the Vikings stayed in North America, their influence on the continent's military history would have been profound. The Vikings were known for their skilled warriors, formidable ships, and advanced naval tactics, which could have reshaped the region's military landscape. Their established presence might have led to a series of fortified settlements along the coasts, making it difficult for future invaders or colonizers to easily establish dominance. This strategic military advantage, combined with alliances with indigenous groups, would have made Viking-controlled territories challenging to conquer. Viking settlements could have developed their own defense systems and military strategies, which would have been pivotal in resisting European powers, especially during the Age of Exploration. Their legacy could have created a powerful military presence in North America, altering the continent's early power dynamics. The Vikings' presence in North America would also have influenced the continent's strategic military alliances. As the Vikings were known for forming strong bonds with local tribes, these alliances could have created a united front against potential invaders, including other European colonizers. By combining Viking military expertise with indigenous knowledge of the land and warfare tactics, a powerful coalition might have emerged, capable of resisting foreign powers like the Spanish, French, or English. This collaboration could have led to the formation of unique military strategies, blending Viking sea prowess with indigenous guerrilla tactics. Over time, such alliances could have altered the balance of power in North America, with Viking-controlled territories growing more resilient and challenging to conquer, reshaping early colonial history in the Americas. Had the Vikings stayed in North America, their cultural impact would have been profound. With their advanced shipbuilding, rich mythology, and distinctive artistic traditions, the Norse would have introduced new ideas and practices to the indigenous tribes they encountered. Viking longhouses, their stories, and artistic styles could have been adopted and integrated into local cultures, creating a unique blend of European and indigenous traditions. Over time, this fusion might have influenced architecture, language, and customs. The Vikings' influence could have been seen in everything from the construction of settlements to the exchange of craft techniques. This blending of cultures would have left a lasting legacy, shaping the evolution of societies across North America, creating a distinct cultural identity that was both Viking and indigenous. The Vikings' established trade routes in North America would have also led to the creation of markets and trading posts, further developing the economy of the region. Their vast network, stretching from Greenland to North America, could have facilitated the exchange of a variety of goods, from Norse metalwork to indigenous resources like furs and crops. As Viking colonies grew, they would have introduced European trading practices, possibly establishing the first organized marketplaces in the Americas. This would have promoted the development of commerce, with settlers, indigenous peoples, and future European arrivals engaging in robust trade. Over time, these trade networks could have helped lay the groundwork for more complex economies in North America, influencing the rise of urban centers and trade hubs long before European colonization. Had the Vikings remained in North America, their impact on the continent's economic development would have been profound. The Norse were skilled traders, shipbuilders, and explorers, and their settlements would have likely fostered the creation of expansive trade networks. With abundant resources like timber, furs, fish, and fertile land, Viking colonies could have become key economic hubs. Their trading relationships with indigenous groups would have introduced new goods, tools, and technologies on both sides, fostering an early exchange of culture and resources. Indigenous tribes would have gained access to European commodities like metal tools and textiles, while the Vikings would have benefited from local resources such as furs, crops, and precious stones, creating an interconnected and thriving economic environment in North America. As Viking settlements in North America expanded, they would have likely established marketplaces and trading posts, further boosting regional economies. These trading hubs would have facilitated the exchange of goods between Norse settlers, indigenous peoples, and any future European explorers or settlers. Viking trade routes stretching across the Atlantic could have connected North America to Europe, creating a transcontinental trade network that allowed for the exchange of European goods, such as weapons, tools, and textiles, with indigenous resources like furs, fish, and crops. Over time, this exchange would have helped establish a more complex economy, supporting the rise of permanent settlements and even the development of urban centers. The Viking influence could have shaped the economic landscape of North America long before the arrival of other European powers.